Alright guys, how you doing? We're back. We're going to make some gnocchi, which is basically a potato pasta. I always thought the word gnocchi, we're going to use 2 eggs, 2 potatoes, and 2 cups of flour. I always thought the word gnocchi meant dumpling in Italian, but apparently it just means like a knot in wood or something. And if you screw it up and make it, if you screw it up and you make it, that's what it's going to taste like. But it's a potato pasta, is all it is. So I'm just going to peel 2 potatoes, and the cool thing about this is you can feed, like, I don't know, man, I got a family of 4, and I used 2 eggs, 2 potatoes, and I'm just peeling them and chopping them up, and made 4 plates of this with some salad, and we had it with chicken parmesan on the side, and we had a lot left over, man. So I mean, for 2 eggs, 2 potatoes, and 2 cups of flour, you could feed like 6 people. It's pretty cool. So I'm just chopping up the eggs. I mean, the eggs. Welcome back to reality, War. Chopping up the potatoes, and we're just gonna put them in the stove and boil them up. And it's just like you would make mashed potatoes. And meanwhile, while we're gonna wait, we're gonna salt those too. A little bit of salt, because we're gonna put a little salt in the eggs too. So go a little crazy with the salts, you know. Cholesterol's a thing. While we're waiting for those to boil, we're going to take 2 eggs, and we're going to add, I'm going to use a little extra virgin olive oil in this. If you want them a little lighter, a little fluffier, yeah, see what I mean? Pinch of salt. You want them a little fluffier, you may not want to use the oil. I personally like, what do they call it? Stick to your ribs food. Well, I just put a dash of oil in there, and about a third of a cup of water. Might have been a quarter cup of water. The great thing about gnocchi is you could take out that water and put in spinach. And I make spinach gnocchi sometimes. You know, with the liquid from the can. I mean, you can make gnocchi anything. This is just basic plain gnocchi. This is just potato pasta gnocchi. You know, I've seen and we boiled the potatoes, and they were nice and soft. You saw the knife just kind of fell through. I've seen a TV show where they made squid ink gnocchi. I mean, you could basically put anything in this recipe. You know, you're a carrot fan, make carrot gnocchi. My wife loves spinach. I make spinach gnocchi. And that's the way we roll. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, okay, we drain those potatoes. I'm smashing them up with a potato smasher. That's the official name for that. And you could leave it just like that. But here's a cool thing I have. I have a ricer, or a food mill. And I'm going to use that. Here's the coolest story about that. I bought that about 15 years ago. You'll see it in a second. I bought it about 15 years ago on eBay. This thing right here. I bought it for $5. Okay? When I got it, it was brand new. It still had the original wrapping on it. And it had been manufactured in 1931. And I got this puppy for $5. And I use it often. And I've had it 15 years. So, I mean, if you can get your hands on one of those things, excuse me. You know, there are other ricers out there, of course. But see what I call a ricer? It's actually a food mill, but the 1931 wrapper said food mill. I've always called them ricers because it looks like rice. I mean, you know, there you go. Not rocket science. And that's what I did. You don't have to do that. When I smashed them, smashing is good enough. If you just have a smasher, an official smasher, a proper smasher, you can just smash them. You don't have to rice it like that. See how it looks like rice? I'm fascinated with the stupidest crap. You don't have to do it that much. Mashing them is fine. I've done that too when I'm too lazy, because I keep that food mill up on top shelf someplace. Sometimes I don't feel like getting it. But anyway, our egg and salt and olive oil and water mixture, which, like I said, you don't have to put olive oil in there, and you could have put anything else in there. I'm just going to give it a quick... Oh, that's right, I screwed this up in video. I screwed this up a little bit. You'll see in a second. I'm just going to give it a quick mix, and then I'm going to put in 1 cup of flour just to get the ball rolling. Because, you know, we're making a pasta. You know, basic pasta is egg noodle if you're going to make it at home. So that's just eggs and flour. So So we're making potato pasta, so it's potatoes, eggs, and flour. So I just get it going, and that's really all I meant to do here, is just get it going. Then I wanted to show you that I put it in the mixer, on my KitchenAid mixer, and I added another half cup. And this is what I did. Did not film that part. So here you go. Boom. I have no idea why I did it that way, but I didn't film it. I just showed you taking it out of the mixer. But yeah, I added another half a cup. And I say 2 cups because now it's got a 1.5 cups in it, and I'm going to use at least a half a cup. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about making this too dry. Because you don't want it to stick together, which this did a little bit. I actually made it just a tad too wet. But I took it out of the mixer. I'm just going to cover it up, and I let it sit for about 30 minutes. We're just letting it all come together in perfect harmony. And here it is 30 minutes later, and there's my pasta dough. And my pizza dough scraper, which doubles as a gnocchi scraper. Just nobody knows what that word means because I thought it meant dumplings. But it apparently means a knot in wood or something. I'm not fluent in Italian. And we're going to cut a little piece off and make this tubular sort of deal. Plenty of flour. Don't be afraid of the flour. Use plenty of flour. This is going to stick together if you don't. I should have put more flour in the dough, to be honest with you. But I didn't. And we're just going to cut it in little bite sizes. Get creative here. And I only say that because I, keep going till you run out of the table and bring the rest back into camera view. And there's our little bite-sized pieces. Now, I use a fork, and I'm making ridges on the gnocchi. And I'm doing that because that's supposed to, there's a good shot right there. When you cook them up, that's supposed to like hold a little bit more sauce. That's the theory. And if you buy pre-made gnocchi, you'll see them like that. I'll tell you what, man. You cook those puppies up, those ridges, 90% of the time, those ridges are gone. They don't do anything. I mean, they look nice before you drop it in the water. But in essence, we're making, let's see, I'm just kind of speeding along with the film here. But it was very simple to get to this point. It was even simpler because I used the mixer that I didn't show you because I have no idea why I didn't film that. I don't know. We made our tubes. We're chopping up all our I guess you can call them gnocchi at this point. Oh, look at those proper little things. That was an accident, I can guarantee you that. And there you go. They're ready to be boiled because it's potato pasta, so we're just going to cook them like pasta, but not like box pasta. Box pasta is Seminole wheat, flour, whatever it is, and that takes like 10 minutes. These take, if they float, they're done. So sometimes, and I think it happened this time, I recorded this a couple of weeks ago. I mean, if the water's boiling, and then you put them in there and the water stops boiling, it says bring it back to boil. Yeah, see? If they're floating, they're done. So, but I didn't even get back to the boiling stage. And you see what I mean about those ridges? I mean, they're sort of there, but, I wouldn't be putting your initials and stuff in there. It's just, it's not going to hold true. And that's gnocchi. And I fed 4 people with this. I could have easily fed 6. I use a regular tomato sauce. I'm going to try to remember how to put the link up above. I started with chicken parmesan on the left there, and a little salad for the kids. And that's gnocchi, my friends. Thank you for coming by. You guys rock. Hi guys, just want to say a quick thank you for watching the videos. Please subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed them. And please come back for the next one.